Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Let's Go Sportsball podcast. My name is Ron. I'm here with Owen. Owen, let me tell you, it has been a crazy week. Not only just in the NFL of what happened in the Super Bowl of this recording day yesterday or last night, but also as well around the NBA and everything. That was just, it's been huge.
I don't know if we can talk about everything. It's been insane. It's been crazy.
It has.
Like, geez, there's been so much. Like, the Super Bowl happened. Like, no. First, the NBA trade deadline happened, and then the Super Bowl happened, and it was like, sweet mother of mercy, where was this? Where did this come from?
We had plans of going live on the trade deadline day, but it would have taken us all day to even do that. So we decided not to. We're going to try and cover every single trade deadline or the trades that have happened during that day.
Yeah, we might not get to all of them, but we're definitely going to try our best.
We're going to try to get the top ones that we know of for sure. So we're going to start out with the NFL. First off, let's talk about the Super Bowl. Holy smokes! I was not expecting that. I thought it was either going to be a close game or it was going to be favored in towards the Chiefs.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people expected. I mean, I think we all held out hope, but I don't think we expected just the sheer insanity that was the Super Bowl. I mean, I feel like just off of that first touchdown, I was like, the Chiefs are in really big trouble. I mean, that
getting shut out in the first half.
Yeah, and then Jalen Hurts, take a bow. He was unbelievable that whole game, and I mean,
he deserved that MVP.
Yeah, and then you had
Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, and then Cooper. DeJean? Yeah.
DeJean had an interception.
Yeah, that was like, I saw so many white boy summer memes about that, even though it's freaking February. It's like yay, or it's like I saw a lot of the Eagles DEI hire of a white guy getting the touchdown. You probably saw that meme too, but
sorry to all the Taylor Swift fans, but we're at the same time.
We're not. Why are we sorry?
That's why I corrected myself and said, but we're not.
But yeah, I mean,
it shows that the Chiefs can be beat, but the only reason they got beat was because the refs, for the first time in this whole entire season, have been fair and impartial.
Yeah.
The first penalty, though, threw me off just a little bit. I thought it was about to go downhill from there, but
they redeemed themselves.
They did, which is good.
Yeah, it was actually funny because the night before I went to Buffalo Wild Wings with some friends, and I went dressed as a referee.
Oh.
I was like, when I went in there, I kept joking that I'm gonna get my
butt whooped.
Yeah, let's just say I'm gonna get my butt whooped, doo-dah, doo-dah. Like I did like the little Butters song from South Park. But then actually when I got in there and the refs were making the right calls, the Eagles fans were nice.
Yeah.
There were like 2 or 3 Chiefs fans, and then they all left after halftime. Which sucks because they missed out on Kendrick. They missed him calling out the guy,
right.
And it was awesome. That halftime show was awesome.
It was decent. It was good. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's the best.
Yeah, I think the main reason why a lot of people liked it was simply just because of
the diss track. You knew that was coming. So
and of course I think he did good, but honestly I don't think anything is going to be Creed.
Could go a little bit higher. So we'll move on. There have been a couple of players that have asked for trades.
Oh, yeah.
Which is crazy.
So
we've got Deebo Samuel from the 49ers. He has requested a trade, and he has been granted to seek for a trade. So Deebo Samuel, this is according to NFL on CBS. They are claiming these are the top 5 potential landing spots for Deebo Samuel. I want to see which one you think he would be a good move for him to get traded.
What does Deebo Samuel play again? He's
pretty sure he is a running back.
Okay.
No, I think he's a wide receiver. I need to double check my stats before I even do this and mess up.
Oh, and while you're saying that, you want to hear something funny?
Oh Lord.
As it turns out, I forgot which player it was, but one of the Kansas City Chiefs players was complaining about the refs after the Super Bowl.
So was their defensive coordinator.
So yeah, everybody was like, they were like, oh my God, the refs were making so many calls. It's like, and I'm sure you saw that post that I made on Instagram. I was just like, well.
Wonder who. Wonder what it sounds like. So, Deebo Samuel is a wide receiver.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
That's why I stopped myself. So he's got 5 potential or really great potential landing spots for him. It is either Pittsburgh Steelers, New England Patriots, Washington Commanders, or Redskins, however you want to say it.
I think
Denver Broncos.
Commanders.
Yeah. Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. I don't know which one. Hey, that's something we'll have to
talk about.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit later on with the NBA. We just had some breaking news come through on our phone at this time, so give us just a few minutes. Once we get to the sport that we're talking about where this happened, we'll definitely talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, because I was thinking we would just do like the other two first because the sporting question is going to take a while.
It's going to take a while.
So
if I had to guess where he is going to, where it would be best for him to go to, I don't think he needs to go to Pittsburgh. I would say he could go to Washington because Washington is another great. They're a championship.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean with guys like Jaden Daniels, that the second overall pick. Right. I mean if he keeps up this form that he did just this past year, then the Commanders, they could be back. They could finally be back, and I mean, hey, I'm always going to be happy to dunk on Dan Snyder. I mean, I know I keep mentioning him, but it's good to make fun of him. He actually is very upset that the Commanders were doing good. So it's like.
So another thing to cover, Rams wide receiver Cooper Kupp has been informed that the team is seeking to trade him in the offseason. He announced on social media. I don't know. I haven't seen anything on potential places to go. Where do you think he would fit in at very well?
That's kind of tough. I don't really know. Like
I couldn't. It's hard to see him outside of
LA,
Los Angeles Rams. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be very hard to see him outside of there.
Yeah, I mean, he's been such an outstanding player for that city, and so it'll be tough to see him leave. But
we'll see where he goes to.
I mean, I think I don't want to be the guy who's just like, oh, it's a good player, he'll be good on a bad team. I mean, like maybe he could be good on something like Tennessee. I don't know, but. We'll definitely have to see once more like trade options open and stuff like that. Then we can discuss it from there because I'm still, I'm not too sure. We also have Myles Garrett
requesting a trade, which
Browns legend.
I feel like that was going to happen at some point. I wish it wasn't now.
Yeah,
but there are potential landing spots as well as there are like little mock, like I guess you could say like packages for him or trade packages. So potentials, according to NFL and CBS again, Myles Garrett to either go to the Detroit Lions, Washington Commanders, Las Vegas Raiders, Cincinnati Bengals, or New England Patriots. Ooh. Out of all of those, I think his best fit, just from seeing how he plays, from my personal view of seeing him play, being an absolute dominant being dominant on the edge, on edge rushing and everything. He would work very well with the Detroit Lions, especially on that if they even put him on the other side from Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson is really good. Hopefully he's going to be better by next season. I mean, that leg injury that he had.
Yeah, that threw him off, but
it did. But
yeah, I mean, I think he would be great with Detroit. I mean, they're still kind of trying to find themselves here. I mean, after some pretty good seasons, like they're still trying to get to that next echelon. So. You never know. They could very well get him, and then that could be one of the things that helps them, get to that next level of competitiveness.
Yeah, which he's gotten there. So, according to a source here that I have found, they did kind of some mock trade packages to see what it sounds like. So this one's between the Browns and
the Bears.
The Browns would receive a 2025 first-round pick, number 10 overall, a 2025 second-round pick, number 41, and as well as a 2025 fifth-round pick, number 149, and cornerback Kyler Gordon. The Bears will receive Myles Garrett. Seems a little lopsided, but it helps even it out with his star power being going to the Pro Bowl multiple times.
Yeah. And there's no harm in getting more draft picks. I mean, for all you know,
Helps
like
out.
yeah. I mean, like especially when you're the Browns, and no offense, you suck, and then you want to build to that to get a better future, and so draft picks could be very good.
Stick with them to the end.
Yeah. So no offense, but
I knew that was coming. So next one is the Browns and the Packers.
More draft picks. Wow.
Browns would receive a 2025 first round draft pick, number 23 overall. You've got 2025 second round pick, number 54 overall, and a 2025 third round pick, number 87 overall. The Packers would only receive Myles Garrett. Again, same situation as the last one. I don't know if the Packers really need an edge rusher.
Yeah,
The Bears definitely.
Oh yeah, definitely for them.
But the Packers maybe not. Oh Lord,
and
please.
then there's one for the Chiefs. Oh my God, it's his favorite team.
Man.
So in this trade, the Browns would receive a 2025 first round pick, number 31 or 32 overall.
31
because they lost.
Yes.
So it would be a 31st overall pick, a 2025 second round pick, so number 63 overall, a 2025 fourth round pick that's a number. Jesus, I can't English. Leave me alone. Number 132 overall, and edge Mike Dana in exchange for Myles Garrett.
Having Mike Dana come in. He didn't really. I don't think he played much in the Super Bowl, so I wasn't.
I didn't see him.
We weren't able to see how good he is. He could be a backup, but actually really great. So that's just how it leads up to
trade between the Patriots mock here. So for this one, it would be a 2025 first round pick, number 4 overall. Wow, 4th overall pick, a 3rd round pick, number 69, nice overall. Ow. 2025.
Focus.
Look, I had to say, okay. The 2025 third round pick, 77th overall, and a 2025 fifth round pick, 145th overall, and quarterback Joe Milton.
Ela? I didn't know he had a second last name.
Oh, Joe Milton Ela. All right, so I guess that's it. And edge in exchange for Myles Garrett. So what are your thoughts here?
That is good. The thing is, now we've traded for another quarterback. The problem with that is now we would have another quarterback that's possibly sitting on the sideline, because I think with Deshaun Watson, as far as I'm concerned, with the news with him being sat out for like the next season or something,
Idiot.
That's the only thing, is now you're kind of in that spot where it's like he could either be a backup to Jameis Winston or he would be the starter over Jameis Winston. Yes, he is being good. Is he better than what Jameis Winston did for most?
Back to work. Back to work. Come on.
Just lean forward, and there she is again. But it would be
works, dude. You need to get paid.
But it's just one of those situations where it'd be right in the middle, so it'd be very hard to say how it would work.
That's it. Trade the man, Shirley. And one more trade.
I don't know how this one would work out. So the Browns and the Commanders this time. It is the Browns would receive a 2025 first round pick, number 29 overall, 2025 second round pick, number 61 overall, 2025 third round pick, number 79 overall, and 2025 fifth round pick. What does that work out for us?
Draft picks, yay!
That's just a whole bunch of draft picks. And if I say us, I mean the Browns. But what does that work out? I'm sorry. Do you see anything with like getting the Browns like this? I mean, yes, the Browns have an early, like, first round pick and everything, but I don't think it's a lot of picks. Like with the other ones, they mainly they at least had. Okay, never mind. With the Packers, they
I was about to say, dude, we just had a trade earlier that was literally all picks, no Bo Nix. But I don't know. I tried to make a fun saying, it didn't work.
I don't understand it, but
that's a trade of literally the entire draft class to Cleveland just so that somebody can get so that they can get him. That would be funny, but
So,
super funny.
as well as what happened over the weekend, we did hear about the class of 2025 Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Woo!
The 4 people are Eric Allen, Jared Allen, no relation, Antonio Gates, and Sterling Sharp. I have seen Jared Allen play before. He is an amazing defensive player. I've seen Antonio Gates play. Great player as well.
I was waiting for you to be like, he's not that good. And I was about to be like,
Nah.
what?
But
they put him in the hall.
Those other 2 I couldn't remember. I haven't seen very many of, so hopefully more. But they have predicted possible 2026 Hall of Fame candidates, and some of these I kind of agree on. So we're going to start at the bottom and go back up according to here. We're going to go look at the Cincinnati Bengals. Geno Atkins, I haven't seen much of him. You've got Steven Gostkowski, which I think he's a
maybe
he could be really
Maybe.
good. Philip Rivers from Los Angeles, San Diego at the time.
Oh yeah. I always forget that San Diego had them for a little while, but I mean, San Diego doesn't really have anything except the Padres.
You've
Rip.
got Pittsburgh Steelers.
Marquise.
I think it's Marquise. Is how you say his name. Pouncey. Pouncey.
So next up for the Patriots, there's Julian Edelman. I mean, I think that's. I think that's
that's
good.
fair, especially after how he's played. I may not like
Absolutely.
the Patriots, but he's done a really great job, just like how
yeah.
Gostkowski has done a great job. I think he was a kicker for most of their season. So.
Yeah. Then you have Greg Olson of the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, if you haven't seen some of his highlights, go look him up and watch some
I
of his
have.
stuff. He's good.
That man was a monster. Then you have
this next one.
The
next 2,
hold
holy
on.
cow.
LaShawn, that's how I say it?
Yes.
LaShawn McCoy from the Philadelphia Eagles, your 2025 Super Bowl champions.
Yes.
And
that one is really good. He's a great player.
Oh
as
my
well.
God, yeah.
And
then for America's favorite team to laugh at,
His team.
Des Bryant for How About Them Cowboys? Then you have Frank Gore for the
Great
San
running
Francisco
back.
49ers. Oh, yeah. Jason Witten.
Local boy from Elizabethton.
I did not know that.
Yep.
I
he
did not
coached.
know that.
I believe he also coached a couple of years, or he's still coaching over at Elizabethton High School.
Yeah, I mean, he was pretty good.
He's a
For
great
the
tight end.
Cowboys.
But arguably one, and I say arguably because it could be my opinion or others.
Oh, boy.
Arguably one of the greatest tight ends of all time. Arguably. There's more. Some people would probably say Gronkowski,
Yeah.
but
I would because I'm biased because he's
Exactly.
a Buccaneers legend.
and then you've got Arizona Cardinals, Larry Fitzpatrick, which is
Fitzgerald.
Fitzpatrick. God, wrong.
You
wrong.
idiot. Read the
I
phone.
I know.
Read
Get
it.
it out of my face.
He can't read.
Yeah, Larry Fitzgerald. That's what I meant to say. Not
Yeah,
Fitzpatrick.
there you
Sorry,
go.
I got the wrong one.
There you go. I'm gonna hold that over
was-
your head for the rest of the episode. I hope you know that.
And then you've got.
Drew Brees.
I mean, with that one, even with Drew Brees from the New Orleans Saints, he is great. I'd say, how I'm predicting it, I would have to go with just the top 4 right there.
Yeah.
Just the top row on here.
Oh wait,
I
what
would say-
about Steven? I mean, what about Julian Edelman?
He's good, but these 4 have done really great.
Yeah, there's
Des
also-
Bryant has done really great as well. It's LaShawn McCoy. I can't really say much.
Yeah.
I would say those top 4 right there have proven themselves over and over again. Drew Brees has been to a Super Bowl multiple times, has won a Super Bowl before.
Yep.
He had a record, I think it was for passing touchdowns at one point,
Yeah, I think that's what.
or
it was.
passing yards. Larry Fitzgerald, or
There you go.
Yeah, Fitzgerald.
There you go. Not
It's been-
Fitzpatrick.
I
There you
know.
go.
He's a great wide receiver.
Oh my God! Yeah, he was.
has been to the
wait,
Super Bowl.
Did you just say wide receiver?
He was a wide receiver.
Oh no! I was thinking of somebody else. No. Hey! Oh, you want to call me an idiot when you call him Fitzpatrick? You want to call? You can't read. You can't read, Ron.
The reason I say Jason Witten is because, I mean, you look back at his career. Look at how great he's done.
Yeah.
You can't deny that. So
Yeah.
but
I will deny for the sake of parody. I'm kidding, I won't, because he was unbelievable.
So next up,
Make sure you can read the names for this for whatever topic you have next, okay?
next up, I think we will go with MLB, or do you want to do a little bit?
Let's do MLB. So we don't really have much because it is still the off season.
I've got a couple of different. I've got a signing and another breaking news.
Yeah.
I'll start off with the breaking news.
Oh yeah. The breaking news that we just
Well, that wasn't MLB.
No. I'm talking about that.
This one is. We got craziness going.
Sports poker. I think.
So,
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on, but as of February 3rd, this is when this came out. The news article came out and everything. Pat Hoberg has been fired for violating gambling policy. The reason he has been fired after an investigation showed he shared a sports betting account with a friend who bet on baseball.
Let's go gambling!
So that's
what an. Why would you
have
do
to
this?
think.
You're
have
an
to think.
umpire.
If you're in any sport and you are supposed to be an official, I would leave it alone. Don't even try to do gambling. Look at where it's gotten people. Look at where it's gotten athletes. It does not work out for you in the end. Shoeless Joe Jackson, who they have claimed that is not involved in that Chicago Black Sox incident. They were called the White Sox back then, but it was the Black Sox incident. He was not involved, and he is not allowed to go into the Hall of Fame. Pete Rose is not allowed to go into the Hall of Fame because of gambling.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. There was actually an incident in the NHL a while ago and this was like a while ago. So it was. I don't exactly remember the specifics, but I remember hearing about this thing called Operation Slapshot, where essentially what it was like they did this like uncover a gambling ring within the NHL, and it had a lot of different people involved. But the most notable person that was part of said gambling ring was none other than the great one himself, Wayne Gretzky. He was allegedly a part of that, and also his wife, who did mention that she never bet on games for Wayne. But I mean, that's crazy, especially considering the fact that you have one of the greatest athletes in the history of sports, possibly on your roster for sports gambling. I mean, that is that's something. So I definitely recommend that anybody in the audience go check out that whole story about Operation Slapshot and all the things about that gambling, because that was a crazy situation.
That was crazy. Moving on to another thing in the MLB, Astros.
Trash Tros, get it right.
Touche. Astros are have signed, as far as I'm concerned, Ben Gamel to a 1-year, $1.2 million deal. Basically, almost saying like they couldn't find anything to trade him on or do anything like that. They couldn't release him, so they're going to sign.
Come on back.
It's like they're going to sign him for one more year. Hopefully, whenever MLB trade deadline comes around, they will do it again. They'll try and see if they can trade him. Who knows? This summer, we may see a lot of shakeups coming up.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be huge.
Yeah. I also got one. The New York Mets have re-signed Pete Alonso for 2 years and a $54 million. So, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's good. It's going to keep him in where he needs to be, and he's done a great job with him. It's just, who knows?
Yeah. So the NHL has had a bit of it's been a little bit quieter, especially after all that that flurry of trades that happened recently. But I did recently see an interesting thing. So every year the NHL does this anonymous players poll where they basically just ask the players different things and stuff like that, and they give their honest answers. And so some of these questions are things like what NHL team is on your no trade list, what team has the worst facilities, and stuff like that. What are your thoughts on an in-season tournament, whatnot? So let's just go over those. So, players were asked what NHL team has the best facilities for opposing teams, and out of all the responses, 24.55% of players responded that the Detroit Red Wings have the best facilities for opposing teams, and I think that's pretty interesting. I mean, Little Caesars Arena, God, that feels
weird.
It feels weird. I mean, I know that I wasn't really into hockey as much when Joe Louis was still around, but I mean, I wish it was, man. Joe Louis was that place was just, it was a palace for the puck. And then the team that had the worst facilities were the Carolina Hurricanes.
Huh?
I mean, honestly, like that's been a talking point for a while. I mean, the Hurricanes, it's been rough. I mean, one anonymous player said, quote, "It used to be Carolina, but then they upgraded, and it's somehow still Carolina," which kind of sucks, but whatever.
They can't do much. Next question was, if you have a no-trade list, what's the first team on it? 48. Is that 48?
Yeah, 48%.
48.78% say the Winnipeg Jets.
Wow.
Just behind them by like a big
Quite
margin.
a very big margin, but I mean, it's still a bit of a surprising number are the Buffalo Sabres, and I'll be on, and you know, after that you have San Jose, Calgary, Ottawa, Anaheim, and New York Rangers.
I want to know who the 10% is in other.
Yeah,
Because
I
if
don't
they're
know.
going to mention our two favorite teams, we're about to fight.
I mean, Tampa's not that bad. Columbus is. I mean, it is a college town, but you know. But honestly, I'm not surprised to see Winnipeg up there again. I mean, Winnipeg has been very infamous for not being a very good city. I mean, I remember hearing one player basically describe it as a place that's like, it's dark, it's cold, it's dirty. You go outside and you just feel the need to go back and wash your face.
I'm sorry. Are we talking about Winnipeg or an alleyway?
What's the difference?
That's where I was.
I'm sorry.
getting
Look,
at.
I don't have any hatred towards the Winnipeg Jets, the franchise. I do actually.
We don't have any hate towards anybody. Well,
Careful, buddy. You
Yeah,
you know what
rephrase
teams
that.
we hate, but there
Let's
were
rephrase
also somebody that said that they didn't want to get traded to the Flyers, and I mean, I wouldn't want to play for the Flyers either, but you know, that's for different reasons. An anonymous player said, quote, "I just hate Philly. I can't stand it. I can't stand the city, everything. I'd be sick if I got traded here. I would too, because I would not want my car to get destroyed if the Eagles make it to the Super Bowl."
well, this one I think is a no-brainer here, and this is the final question. Do you like the idea of an in-season tournament just like the NBA's?
No.
54.55% say no.
Honestly,
40?
that makes sense.
That I completely understand.
Yeah,
I'm an NBA fan myself, but the in-season tournament just seems like it's just another obstacle in the way. Just keep it how it is. Keep the regular season going like it should be.
Yeah.
Don't make them do this whole in-season tournament type stuff, because it's just, for me, it's just stupid. I mean,
it feels like unnecessary competition, just for like
Exactly.
It just feels like it's trying to take away.
you're
from the finals.
you're trying to do it again. You're basically putting a tournament inside of the regular season. Hence why it's called the in-season in-season tournament. It's stupid. You don't see that in NFL. You don't see that in NHL. You don't see that in MLB. But the NBA does it.
Yeah.
Out of the four major sports.
And I actually saw another player talk about that, and they basically said that they don't want to play for some kind of in-season crap. They want to they want to play for the Stanley Cup, and that makes sense.
Exactly.
I mean, that's something that people have often been complaining about with the NBA, is that the finals is that the playoffs just feel kind of like a sludge fest right now. It feels like that nobody cares about it anymore until the finals, and even then, it's like I mean, I'm not going to get too much into it, but because we're talking about the NHL. But yeah, so I definitely agree.
Okay, so as of a week ago of this recording, which he's going to be close to the end of this one, Minnesota's Ryan Hartman has been suspended for 10 games for roughing Ottawa's Tim
Stützle. Yeah, Stützle.
Okay, I'll let you say the name since I'm...
Yeah, since you can't even say Fitzgerald correctly.
That's... you almost...
I told you. No,
You almost said...
No, I
but
said Fitzgerald.
Yeah, but you almost said Fitzpatrick.
I did not almost say Fitzpatrick.
Yes, you did.
Shut up.
I heard you.
You're the one that can't read, Ron.
But I'm looking at that. I've seen the video. I don't know if you've seen it too. I don't
think I did. What is it?
It's
yeah, they'll do it. So basically, they were in the face-off dot. He just kind of went like, and then shoved him down and on his back and shoved him face down. I mean, honestly, I do think that might be warranted. 10 games, I don't know, but I think the suspension should definitely have been done.
I am surprised that he did not get a suspension for intent to injure.
Yeah,
because that looked like he did. It looked like he was in. And I can't speak on behalf of like the NHL committee, anything like that. To me, it looks like he was intending to injure him. He picks up his foot on one side and just kind of drives his elbow down and intentionally hits him, like, as you saw in the video, kind of on the back of the neck, almost top of the head.
Yeah,
area.
I mean, the helmet came off, so I
exactly.
mean, that's going to get you in trouble.
In my opinion, how is that not intent to injure? But that's just me.
Yeah.
I have seen worse penalties where they have been intent to injure, and those things are crazy to see.
Yeah.
I was shocked when I saw them.
Yeah,
but
so that's
10 game suspension after seeing this video. It is undoubtedly not exaggerating, not doing anything. He deserves that.
Yeah. I really do think that was like I don't know if 10 games is necessarily like the. I don't know if that's like. It might be a bit of an overreaction, but even then, like with what you just said, I do kind of see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And also another big record got clinched here with Patrick Kane, Showtime, now holding the record with the most shootout goals in NHL history, with 53. Following a beautiful goal against the Seattle Kraken, and I think he took that one away.
If you haven't, either way, it was still a great one.
Yeah.
I think they kept it in there because he wouldn't have had.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have had the record if they took it away.
Yeah, I think that was originally held by Jonathan Toews. I want to say it was either him or Datsuk. I'm going to say it was Toews. So he took the record away from his former team. An unbelievable goal over Joey Decourt. It was.
If you have not seen that video, look it up. And it's just
beautiful. Goal.
It's crazy how the goal.
Yeah, and I mean Patrick Kane. Do I even need to say anything else? I mean that. He's Patrick Kane. I mean, he's been like. If you didn't see him,
he's not the other Kane.
Evander Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah, Evander Kane's an idiot, but yeah.
Fighter, come on.
Yeah, but we're not going to bring him up too much. Or, I mean, his ex-wife already did that enough after Edmonton lost the Stanley Cup. I mean, she was going crazy. It's like, ma'am, calm down. But we're not going to talk about ex-wives. We're here to talk about Sportsball. But yeah, so I mean, Patrick Kane, if you didn't see him in the 2010s, then, man, you just won't get it. Because, I mean, he was such an incredible player. I mean, he
still
was
is
breaking teams left and right. Oh, yeah, I mean, like, he even at, 35, 36, he's still a really good player.
Yeah, I can't remember. That's why I was doing this. I was like, I can't remember the age.
Yeah, it's weird because I actually found, a Kane Chicago Blackhawks jersey at a Ross dress for less one time. And I managed to buy it, but then I realized but I didn't check the size, and when I got home, I was like, this is a 2XL, and I'm just a large.
Right, focus.
And so that thing's like a dress, but I'm going to try to bring that to the Stadium Series so we can get him to sign it.
Focus.
What? I'm just talking about Patrick Kane, but yeah, I mean, unbelievable player, and I think that's a record he's definitely going to be holding on to for a while.
Yep. So in the midst of the changes and everything, we try, like we said on episode 1, we're going to try and include other sports outside of the 4 major sports that everybody knows. We may, on this one, I'm going to talk about probably one of my favorite sports outside the 4 major sports, NASCAR.
Curling! Oh, NASCAR.
NASCAR, I'm going to talk about that. The Daytona 500 is next Sunday at 2:30. And it's going to be huge. Everybody, I love it. I love watching it. I love NASCAR series. It's one of my favorite things to watch outside the 4 major sports. I also watch other sports outside of hockey, basketball, football, everything like that. I watch other sports outside of that, just because that's what I grew up on, is just watching.
Yeah.
ones.
I mean, you grew up in the South. Racing is very, very popular down
Oh
here.
yeah, especially when we're both about like a good distance, like
Yeah,
a
we're
short
like
distance.
like 10, 20 minutes away from.
Not even
like
a little bit more than that.
Well, yeah, about like I'll say like about 20 minutes away from the speedway. I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
it's if
it's
you
awesome.
don't know which speedway we're talking about Bristol Motor Speedway.
It's
That
amazing.
The fastest half mile. I've been
sir.
I've been in there about 5 or 6 times. It is a really great place to go to, and that's for races. That's not for like their events that they're doing. That's just for the races.
Yeah, I've only been to like one race, and it was pretty cool. It's loud.
I'm gonna take. That's why you need to wear earplugs.
No way.
Watch your language, buddy. Don't make me break out the buzzer.
You will. He will. He will break out the buzzer. He'll just start playing goal horns or something like that. It'll be funny.
It's a great place to go to. NASCAR is probably. I understand a lot of people are like, oh, they're just going around in circles and circles and circles. It doesn't matter. You watch the fights. Like there's actually fights that happen in there.
Oh
sometimes.
yeah. Like
you
there was that guy
thrown.
taking off his helmet and chucking it.
Tony Stewart?
Yeah, Tony Stewart. That's his name.
Tony Stewart has done that. There has been
because I think that was actually at the speedway. I remember going there for the dirt race a couple years ago, and I looked up at the sidelines, and they, I mean, up in the things,
stands.
Up in the stands, and they had like the little. Like it showed off little things,
different
history things, and one of the things that they showed was Tony Stewart taking off his helmet, going like. So
if you don't know what we're talking about, look up Tony Stewart helmet throw. There's probably 2 or 3 because considering that like it happens a lot. Like he had one of those high tempers, but it was still fun to watch him race. He
was a great racer, right?
He was. In my opinion, he was really great. I can't remember how many Cup Series he has actually won, but he's a great racer. A lot of today's racers now are still really good. Of course, I'm hoping to get you into it a little bit more. Hopefully, we can watch it one day.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to get.
everything.
I definitely want to get into racing. I mean, we all know my favorite racer, Lightning McQueen, baby.
Hi, yo.
Piston Cup. I'm surprised you did not know that was coming.
I thought you were about to say one of the very few that you knew. I was waiting for you to say either Dale Earnhardt, Senior or Junior.
Am I supposed to say that Dale Earnhardt isn't my favorite racer? What can I win with you, Ron?
Raise hail, praise Dale.
Yeah! Yeehaw, boys!
But Daytona 500 comes up next week.
Got any predictions for that one?
It's hard to say who is going to win that whole thing because you've got four.
I don't know what she said.
She said, "Why are you yelling?" But there's like 40, like almost 40 different racers that you have.
Yeah.
If I had to predict one, I'd say it's either going to be Kyle Larson or Joey Logano. Because you don't know a lot of.
My prediction, it's going to be Sean Strickland winning the Stanley Cup alongside Venus Williams in the U.S. Open. Go Sportsball!
So you said Venus Williams. Did you realize that Serena Williams was in the halftime performance?
Yeah.
I did not know until today. I had to look again, and I saw it, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. I remember seeing it. I was like, hey, wait a minute. Something's
Her
right.
hair's grown out a little bit more.
Yeah.
I've seen her more whenever she was in tennis with her hair up.
Yeah, I mean, Serena Williams, man, she was unbelievable. I remember watching her. I think I watched her like her last game or whatever a few years. Like, what's her last game in like 20? I want to say it was 2022.
I can't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah, I don't remember, but it was like I remember I was up in New York with some family over in Long Island, and we all got together and we watched the last one, and it was a good game. I mean, Serena, you can't get better than her. She was unbelievable.
So now we get into. I think we've covered all other sports.
Yeah, I think so. So now we have
the craziness.
The NBA, the trade deadline finally happened,
so
and
let me get
a lot of stuff. But
let me get this. Let me get this breaking news out of the way that we just mentioned earlier. the arbitrators rule for Mark Lohr, which I'm not too entirely sure, and Alex Rodriguez over Glenn Taylor as next majority owners of. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong.
Can you read?
Arbitrators
Can you
rule,
read?
So arbitrators rule for Mark Lohr and Alex Rodriguez over Glenn Taylor as the next majority owners of the Minnesota Timberwolves. And yes, I am talking about Alex Rodriguez, New York Yankees legend and MLB legend.
That is insane. You finally read it.
I screw you.
That is crazy.
I hate to say that A-Rod is a New York Yankees legend, but he's played so many years with them.
Yeah.
So I can't really deny that, nor can I deny that he is a legend of MLB, and you know that for a fact.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
I mean, I'm not even like the biggest MLB person, but even I know who A-Rod is.
A-Rod.
Come on, guy's a beauty, guy's a winner.
We'll see how it goes for having both of them as a majority leader.
Yeah.
Or majority owner, excuse me. That is pretty big.
Oh,
so
yeah.
now we're going to get on to the
How is this going to
trades.
affect LeBron's legacy?
It's not going to affect him.
How is this going to affect your ability to read?
Shush. So now we're getting into the trades. I've got some pulled up here. He's got some as well. As we look back, starting on February 6th, the exact day of the deadline.
The tread line?
I meant to say the trade deadline.
Can't
but I
read,
said
you
the
can't talk. What are you doing, man?
So you look at the deadline. Deadline, it was February 6th. It goes until 3 p.m. So anything after 3 p.m. has to be either a free agency sign, cannot be trades, cannot do anything like that. So all these teams have done it within that, from the time of basically midnight till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So the first one that I come up on is between Atlanta Hawks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Knew that was going to happen.
Yep.
Atlanta Hawks get Caris LeVert and Georges Niang, 3 second-round picks and 2 future picks. The Cleveland Cavaliers get DeAndre Hunter. I think it is a good move. As much as I was against it, it is a really great move.
I like that. I like that move for Cleveland. That's a good one.
It's a great move. We still get a great shooter. As much as we're giving away 2 of our greatest players, or 2 great players, it's still going to work out very well.
I mean, Hunter should be something special with Cleveland.
Let's bring home another title.
Yeah, buddy.
Please.
Yeah, they're the team that I root for now. Let's go sports team.
So I'll let you do this one. This is a 3-way trade.
There have been a lot of 3-way trades lately. I mean, you had the one with LA, and you had the one like with Dallas and the Jazz.
There's been quite a bit,
yeah. So this one, in this 3-way trade between the Memphis Grizzlies, the Washington Wizards, and the Sacramento Kings, Memphis gets forward Marvin Bagley III, not to be confused with Marvin Bagley 1 or 2.
I hate you. Stop doing that.
Stop being need to be. You can't read. Guard Johnny Davis, 2028 second-round pick. I swear, every draft pick. Every draft pick is like in like the 1,000 years in the future. It's like one of these days it's gonna be like they're also trading a year 4,689 8th-round pick in exchange for Connor McDavid.
They've always been at least 3 years or more. I think the latest one I've seen so far is 2031.
Oh yeah, I mean that's crazy.
What do the Memphis?
I'll be 21 by that time.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
That's crazy.
Okay, what is the next one?
All right, so you've got the Washington Wizards get.
Before he does that, Memphis also gets a future second-round pick.
Oh yeah, them too. I forgot. So the Wizards get guard Colby Jones, guard Marcus Smart, center, right? For basketball,
yes.
I always forget.
Yes.
I always forget.
See a center.
Center Alex Len and a 2025 first-round pick, and the Sacramento Kings get forward Jake LaRavia. Look at us. Neither of us can read.
I think that's how you say his name. Is very
LaRavia.
That one, I don't know how it's going to work out. With Memphis losing Marcus Smart, I don't think that is going to be a very big impact, honestly, only because they still have Jean Morant, and then they've got some other great players.
And he hasn't gotten himself suspended yet, so we'll have to see. we'll have to see. I mean, as long as he doesn't go into like shoe carnival and start threatening people, or as long as he doesn't start threatening teenagers with guns and flailing them around on Instagram, then we should be good.
Crazy.
Hope.
Next one that we have is the Atlanta Hawks and the LA Clippers, and we'll cover another story that includes the LA Clippers. You know which one I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
So,
I think. Yeah, I know. I forgot. No, I remembered. That's why I said I remembered.
Good.
Goober.
You said you remembered and then you forgot. So Atlanta Hawks.
Look, I can't talk and you can't read, so let's just get this out of the way here.
We'll move it out of the way. Atlanta Hawks will receive guard Terrence Mann and guard Bones Highland. Bones. Really?
Oh, that's a cool name. You could name your kid Bones. It's like
LA Clip. So and then the LA Clippers get in exchange. They get guard Bogdanovich.
Hey, that was a good pronunciation. Maybe you can.
I'm sorry, but how do you have the? Explain to me the first and last name. They're almost the exact same.
Bogdanovich. Bogdan, and also Novich. It's like his parents just didn't try. They were like, let's name him Bogdan.
But the Clippers also get three second-round picks.
Ooh.
But what was it? Later on that day, after the trade deadline happened and it was closed, Ben Simmons was actually released, bought out his contract, and he has become a free agent later on that day. Cavs were in talks, and I was hoping the Cavs would not get him. If you've seen his reputation, it's not as good.
Yeah, he crumbled like a graham cracker after, like back in like 2023. I mean, he was
after that incident with the Brooklyn Nets and everything.
Oh,
but
he was nowhere near the same.
Or maybe it was the 76ers. 76ers, because
yeah. It was the 76ers.
But the LA Clippers have now acquired free agent Ben Simmons.
That's crazy.
It is. Hopefully it works out for him, but I am worried for the LA Clippers. I'm a little worried, but we'll just have to see how he does.
But I think this trade might work out well for LA. I think it might work out well. We'll have to see.
Hopefully.
We'll have to see.
Brooklyn's either going to go down or they're going to go up as soon as they lose.
But how will this affect the legacy of the one, the only Juan Soto?
What is the next one that you got here?
Sportsball. So this next trade, it's a trade between the Charlotte Hornets and the Phoenix Suns. The Hornets in this trade get center Yusuf Nurkic. Nurkic?
I think it's Nurkic.
And
Somewhere around there.
2026 first-round pick. And in exchange, the Suns get forward Cody Martin, guard, sweet mother of mercy, Vasiliji
Micic. I think that's how you say it.
Vasilevsky. They receive Andre Vasilevsky.
And we are doing our best. If we butcher the names,
I'm also sick, so my brain not work.
Brain work, not work.
Like I said, I can't speak. He can't read. We have a podcast.
That one, I don't know how it's going to be.
Oh, and they also have a 2026 second round pick.
Forgot about that. This one, I don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting move.
It is. This one, we're kind of impartial. We don't know who's got the better out of this.
I just don't know who. I don't know who anybody is. I'm kidding. I know who people are.
We look at the next one, the LA Clippers and the Milwaukee Bucks. I know we talked about the LA Clippers. Multiple teams. The teams can do multiple trades.
Oh, you get the guys whose names were easy to read. Never mind. You can't read. Okay, I'll stop.
This second one, it looks easy, but at the same time, you never know.
Kevin Porter Jr. is hard to read, really.
Not that one. Okay, but this one's between LA Clippers and the Milwaukee Bucks. LA Clippers receive forward I think it's Marjon Beauchamp. It's either Beauchamp or Beaucamp. And then Milwaukee Bucks get guard Kevin Porter Jr. I don't think this is a really great move on behalf of the Bucks, especially when you look at it. According to reports on this one, Milwaukee Bucks have a D grade in their opinion, which is not a good one. And the LA Clippers, I think, came out on top more than the. Oh Lord, have mercy! This next trade.
Yeah, I got this one, buddy.
Yeah, I'll let you
All
take
right,
that.
So this one's between the Washington Wizards. I feel like I've done most of the Wizards in this one.
It seems like you've had like 2 now.
I've had like I'm like 2 with the Wizards here. I honestly forgot that they existed for a while. I feel so bad for saying that. So this one's between the Wizards and the 76ers. In this trade, the Wizards get guard Reggie Jackson and a 2026 first-round pick. And according to this, it says less favorable of Oklahoma City, Houston 5-30, and LA Clippers.
Don't know what that means.
Sportsball! That's what it means. And then,
Oh
my God!
Have fun with this one.
I am going to. So the Philadelphia 76ers get guard Jarrett Butler.
Not to be confused with Jimmy Butler.
But we'll get to him because we can't go an episode without mentioning Jimmy freaking Butler. And then they get a 2027 second-round pick, most favorable of Golden State and Phoenix. Okay, I think when it says
Phoenix?
I think when it says most favorable, it's like this team will probably end up getting this pick. So
Over the other
yeah,
two.
a 2030. Oh no, yeah, a 2028. Dumb brain. Second-round pick via Golden State. A 2030 second-round pick. Most favorable of Phoenix and Portland, and a 2030 second-round pick via Washington.
Lord have mercy.
I need a drink after that.
I don't know. 76ers got a really great...
Hey, like
Out
we
of all
said,
this.
draft
They have a lot.
draft picks are definitely a good thing to get your hands on.
Well, just like you with the Washington Wizards, now I got another Atlanta Hawks. So
Wait.
this one is a different kind of
Oh
thing.
wait, you don't even get something. Oh,
No,
that's
I
what you
don't-
meant. I thought you were like, hey, I'm getting a lot of things to talk about. I'm like,
Not really, but I've had Atlanta Hawks a couple of times. Atlanta Hawks and Houston Rockets. Atlanta Hawks get cash considerations,
money.
which is crazy. Houston Rockets get center Cody Zeller and a 2028 second round pick.
Just like, hey, could you give me Cody Zeller and I'll give you like $5?
It, according to reports, it says that Atlanta Hawks are just below what the Houston Rockets get. The Houston Rockets get a better grade out of them. I have to agree with this. You're not getting you're getting cash considerations instead of getting an actual player to possibly fill in that spot.
Yeah.
But I think they used it towards the trade between the Cavaliers and the Hawks. I think that's how they used it towards, because this was before. We're going from the most recent one that we see all the way down throughout the day. So this was before they had gotten before they had traded for LeVert and Niang earlier on. So that's probably why they used the cash considerations. What's the next one?
With this next one, it's a trade between the Indiana Pacers and the Toronto Raptors. The Pacers get a future draft pick, top 55 protected, and the Raptors get center James Wiseman and money, cash considerations. So that's
I'm a little confused.
it's a move that exists.
So per reports that where we're reading it from, they're saying they're about even. I can consider that,
Yeah.
but when I look at it, it's just I don't understand.
It's a move. And, this next one.
So this one is on the fence a little bit. I have seen reports that this trade has been rescinded, but I cannot confirm nor deny quite yet.
yeah, this is their first move after the blockbuster trade for Luka Doncic.
Yeah. So I can't confirm nor deny this as of when this was done. They have traded this person, but I saw reports saying that it has been rescinded, so I can't say.
Yeah, that one got rescinded. I remember seeing a lot of stuff
So it
about
has been rescinded. So
That's what I've seen.
So we are going to skip this one then.
Yep. Yeah, this was the Mark Williams and Dalton
Connect.
connect stuff like that. So
Everything.
yeah, how about that?
Sorry, let me rephrase that.
Here
A
we
Tennessee grad, because hey, if I say UT, Mike is going to get confused.
Why?
He calls Texas the true UT.
He has a Vols thing up there.
Okay, whatever.
But yeah, so that's we'll just move on.
We're going to skip out on that one, which we had to make sure that we got the right amount.
I gotta get a drink after this. I'm thirsty. Oh, wow.
Well, we're going to do...
Here it is, everybody.
We got
the trade we've all been waiting for. The trade that we've been begging for. The one that the people have been crying for in the streets. Jimmy Butler is gone. Yeah.
5 team. This is a...
It's finally over.
Well, hold on a minute.
Let me have this, Ron.
I know. So this is a 5-team trade, which is probably the most that we've seen. Probably all of the trade deadline.
Yeah, I haven't seen a big trade like this in a while. So, in this one, you're going to let me take this? All right.
I'll let you do it. This is your... Well,
all right,
let's do this. How about we'll go back and forth.
Okay, so the Golden State Warriors have acquired our Lord and Savior, Jimmy Buckets. Finally.
Jimmy Butler is finally out of the Miami Heat. But
I'm just thinking about that Star Wars bit where Fives is dying and the guy's like, the mission, the nightmares. It's finally over.
So,
just my thoughts.
So now Miami Heat get forward Kyle Anderson, guard Davion Mitchell, forward Andrew Wiggins, and a 2025 first-round pick via Golden State top 10 protected, which is absolutely crazy.
That is crazy.
But there's more.
But wait, there's more. For the Detroit Pistons, they get guards Dennis Schroeder and Lindy Waters III. Not to be confused with Lindy Waters 1 or 2.
Fourth team that is involved in this is the Utah Jazz. They get forward KJ Martin, guard Josh Richardson, and a 2028 second-round pick. And this is shocking to me how many teams he's been to, and I will tell you the story.
He's been jumping around to every team. His good old sweetheart forward PJ Tucker.
Who's he going to?
And he's going to the Toronto Raptors, and they also, in this deal, get a 2026 second-round pick via the Los Angeles Lakers, and also cash consideration. So, Ron, it's over, man.
It finally,
the Jimmy Butler drama is over.
Hopefully it is over. I am hoping that is over. So when we're talking about PJ Tucker,
oh my God,
in the past 3 days, PJ Tucker has been traded 3 times in the past 5 days.
No, he got traded 4, I thought. I thought he got traded to 4 teams.
He has been, so on February 1st, the Clippers traded him to the Jazz. On February 5th, the Jazz traded PJ Tucker to the Heat. And then the Heat traded PJ Tucker to the Raptors. So that's the reason why there's so many teams involved. He has been involved in so many different ones.
I bet his housing situation is just weird. It's just like they're getting ready to move, and then he's like, "Oh, wait, honey, no, we got to go to Miami." Oh, okay. Oh, wait, honey, no, we got to go somewhere else. Okay. Hey, honey, we got to go. If you keep this up, I swear to God. But that's crazy that he got traded like 3 times.
3 different times in 5 days. Yeah. So
and
then
this next one's pretty crazy in my opinion.
It is a little crazy.
It's cool.
So
it's cool.
This one's between the Toronto Raptors and the New Orleans Pelicans. Toronto Raptors acquire forward Brandon Ingram. The Pelicans acquire, forward Bruce Brown, forward Kelly Olynyk, 2026 first-round pick via Indiana, and 2025 second-round pick. Why was that not put first? I don't know.
But I guess they prioritize the first rounds. But yeah, so Brandon Ingram, he's going to Toronto. What are your thoughts on him?
It's a good move, but it was probably not the best idea for the Toronto Raptors. I could be wrong. Hopefully he turns out good. I think New Orleans got this pick more out of it than what they did. Yeah. And we'll do a couple more because there's just too much to talk about on this thing. We'll do a couple more. We'll give our opinions on it. And
we can talk about who we think the biggest winner and who the biggest loser is in the trade deadline. How about that?
It is a good move. We'll see. We'll talk about that definitely. So what is this? What is this next one?
The next one is the Milwaukee Bucks and Washington Wizards. Okay. The Milwaukee Bucks get Kyle Kuzma and Patrick Baldwin Jr., not to be confused with Patrick Baldwin Sr., and a second-round draft compensation.
Don't know what that means.
They get compensated for a second-round pick. Do you even understand Sportsball, my man? I'm joking.
I've never seen this before, so that's why I was a little confused.
The Washington Wizards get forward Chris Middleton.
Again.
What?
Again.
What, I
You
just
got the
said
Wizards
Washington.
again.
Oh, yeah, the Wizards. Yeah, I got confused what you meant for that. I was like, did I read something wrong? Am I the one that can't read? But no. Why do I get all the Wizards trades? Oh my God! Is this a sign that I need to get that I need to buy?
You need to get a jersey.
I'm not buying a Wizards jersey. I already need to buy a dang Cavaliers jersey for the Cavs game, but whatever. So the Wizards get Chris Middleton, guard AJ Johnson, and a 2028 first-round pick swap. So I guess they swapped it for come.
I guess I will do at least one more on here, and then we'll wrap it up. See who got the best and worst out of all
I think
these.
there were some on Instagram that I managed to catch, so we can talk about those.
There's been a lot of those, so we'll talk about some of those, and we'll see what we can find. So the last one that we're going to do from these reports and everything was the Milwaukee Bucks and the New York Knicks. Milwaukee receives center Jericho Sims. New York Knicks receive guard Delon Wright. I think that's how you say his name. And then cash considerations as well. So we'll go on. We'll end some of the trades here.
Yeah, but I do have a lot of ones that some other ones.
Is that a rumor or is that an actual trade? If that is an actual trade, that is
actual trade. So, according to Bleacher Report over here or whatever this is, never mind. I don't think that's real. That was fake.
Let's just move on from that one.
Yeah,
that's why I said hold on a minute.
Yeah, no, because I saw the Bleacher Report thing in the car. I was like, oh, is that real? But once again, learned that I'm stupid.
we'll cover one more thing as soon as we get done with this one, because I remember seeing something from the NFL that we have not covered yet, and I just saw that you had it there.
Yeah. So you go on it. Oh yeah. So
you know which one I'm talking about.
Real quick, I do just want to pull the guy up because. Just want to make sure.
We want to double check. We're checking all our sources.
Sure. Nope, he's still over
so
there.
He's been
there was,
out.
I saw this thing where apparently it said that Joel Embiid was going somewhere else, but no, that was just
that ain't true. That's why
it was one of those it was just one of those meme ones. So that was a mistake. And Lonzo Ball has agreed to a 2-year extension with the Chicago Bulls.
Go below because we talked about
and it was
PJ Tucker.
$20 million extension, and so
we talk about
PJ
Tucker going to 3 different teams.
Dennis Schroeder has been traded 4 teams in 24 hours. He was with he was with Golden State, then he went to Miami, then he went to the Jazz, and then he went to the Pistons. Unbelievable!
It's crazy. At this point, I think I wouldn't say he needs to just retire because he is a great. He's a great player. It's just absolutely crazy. So we'll do at least one more. We're going to cover 2 different stories because there's something that we didn't cover in the NHL that I want to definitely talk about, and the NFL. So we'll do one more. Which one do you think is the biggest one that you have so far?
So just one moment because I still have this one that I got to start with. So real quick, the Boston Celtics are trading Jaden Springer and a second-round pick in 2030. Again, why are you?
It's so far out?
It's like 1,000 years in the future. In exchange for a future projected second-round pick, cleared $60 million in tax, and a $4.0 million trade exception.
Sportsball craziness. Thanks, Guy.
Thank you.
So is that your last one?
Yeah.
It's crazy. But
I think we all know which trade was the craziest this year.
In my opinion, the craziest trade that has happened is definitely for me. I want to say Jimmy Butler, but it's definitely the LA Lakers and Doncic.
I mean, here's the thing about Jimmy, though. It's like, you saw that. I mean, everybody saw that coming. I mean, he was basically on his hands and knees with Miami being like, please just trade me.
Get me out of here.
But I mean, with the whole thing with Luka and Anthony Davis,
Anthony Davis just released today. He's out for multiple weeks with a adductor strain.
Oh my!
So God. he is out for multiple weeks,
bro,
which is crazy.
Dallas got fleeced. They got their wallet stolen, man. They got jumped and given nothing in return. That is sad. That is sad, man. Luka, take a bow. What do you think was the worst trade in the deadline? What's your opinion on that?
Whoever got Jimmy Butler, which is the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion. I haven't seen very many bad trades, so I think that one is probably.
Do you just say it because you're sick of talking about him?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. You know what? Honestly, I'll say that's my favorite because I don't have to, because we probably won't have to talk about him ever again unless he retires, and then I'll be like, all right, fine, we'll talk about him.
We'll do it again.
But from now on, no more Jimmy. We have more important things in basketball, like Aaron Rodgers. Wait.
So we're gonna go back to the
That's
NFL.
not basketball.
So we're gonna go back to the NFL as well as hockey. We missed a couple of things that I just thought of.
Yeah.
And then we both forgot. So breaking news from, I believe it's yesterday. It looks like Aaron Rodgers is not likely to return.
Yeah, he's done.
At New York Jets.
He's done with the Jets. I mean,
he has done so well with the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah,
he has not done
he's
as
been
well.
God with them.
He's been out one season with the New York Jets and then didn't have a great season. I don't know what team wants to pick him up.
He was. I mean, Aaron Rodgers. He was a mess. The first year you can call it understandable because, like, literally the first play he screwed up his leg. But then
towards Achilles, yeah.
Yeah, and then afterwards, when he finally is playing, he was a disaster.
He's not leading
Jets,
up to it.
If you watched the Jets, and if you did, I'm so sorry. You deserve better than that. The Jets were just such a mess, and part of the reason was that Aaron Rodgers, he was not the same like how he was back in Green Bay. So at the end of the day, man,
I still think he is Hall of Fame worthy.
Oh no, dude! Like, there's no question. But
if he keeps going the way he is with New York, at this point, in my opinion, I think he should just retire. But that's just me.
Yeah,
that is just me. And this is also from Super Bowl. This is the second time.
And it's crazy.
This is the second time that the Eagles have prevented a three-peat in the Super Bowl.
Yep, because this would have, the Chiefs won. This would have been the first three-peat in the Super Bowl era.
Hold on, I was gonna say in the Super Bowl era. Technically, if you were watching the Super Bowl last night, as of this recording, or Sunday night, whenever you watch this. There's technically another three-peat that happened before the Super Bowls happened. So you had the Green Bay Packers who won the NFL championship or the NFL AFL championship.
That just sounds weird.
It is weird. But they also won Super Bowls 1 and 2. So there is technically a three-peat. So what you heard on TV saying this will be the first time, or on the news or wherever, that this is going to be the first time that a team has done a three-peat, technically it is not. It's the first time in the Super Bowl era.
People have been saying it's the three-peat era. I mean, in the Super Bowl era.
In the Super Bowl era.
Yeah.
The ones that I have heard have not.
Yeah, okay.
That's just me.
Fair.
So, this is not the first time they have done there has been a three-peat in the NFL/AFL/ whatever you want to call it.
But anyway, so I mean, this was the second time the Eagles have done it. I mean, they stopped the Patriots from doing it, and then because I think they almost got it in like 2017. No, they got it in 2017, right? Because that was the one with the Falcons.
I think so.
Yeah, that was Falcons.
Patriots got it in, yes.
And then 2018 they lost to the Eagles, ironically, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they won it in 2019 against LA. So, and then Kansas City won it in 2023. That made that
just
birthday.
Super Bowl 57, 58.
I keep forgetting what the numbers are.
I know it throws me off.
And then they stopped them. And I gotta say, like, not only is that a pretty great stat, I actually like how during the Super Bowl they kept showing off all these different stats about, like, Super Bowl 1, the tickets were like $12, and you could just
explain to me, for a 30-second commercial, $8 million.
Yeah.
What the? Pardon my French, but what the hell?
Hey, there's a child here. There is a child here. You watch your dang mouth. I'm joking. You don't need to worry about
we
that.
also are going to go on to the hockey. The reason I say hockey is because it's technically not NHL. You may see he is wearing a
the four
sweater.
the Four Nations face-off is starting up.
It starts February 12th. If I had to predict, I'm going to, obviously there's only one nation we have to go for. And if we don't go for it, we're absolutely
Let's just say
screwed.
in 3. 1, 2, 3, Canada.
USA.
I'm kidding, USA.
I would have to say USA
Yeah.
wins this. I'm very confident in our team. I think it's going to be a tough battle.
I will say, I like our team, but Canada is way too stacked.
The
I mean,
ter-
look at who they
Yes.
have.
Yeah.
Just on that first line. On that first line alone, they have Connor McDavid, Sam Reinhart, Nathan McKinnon. On the second line, they have Braden Point, one of the most underrated centers in the entire league. I mean, that man is unbelievable. And I know as a Lightning fan, I'm spouting, but screw you, I do what I want. And just looking at Canada and looking at their defense, I mean, they have Cale Makar up there and all that. I mean, this Canada team could very well just wipe the floor with everybody. I mean, it would be awesome to watch Team USA win.
I would love to see it.
I mean, I would too. But at the same time, Canada is definitely, their team is, they're a powerhouse,
Yep.
and so.
But
I'm gonna just say Canada takes it, but at the same time,
we have to keep our pride.
yeah.
We
But
want
I
to
don't
know.
think it should cut out Sweden, or Finland, because I mean they got Sasha Barkov, and Sweden they got
We'll
our
see.
Lord and Savior Victor Hedman.
Okay, watch it. But we also want to hear what you guys predict. If you're watching this video, look up the lineups, look up the stats of each player if you want to take that time, or if you want to just be the pride of your country and everything. Write down in the comments who do you think would win the Four Nations. I'm going USA.
Henrik Lundqvist sweater on. I got this and I love it. I was trying to find a Rangers one, but they do not have those on Fanatics.
But thank you for watching this episode. I'm
Yep.
Ron.
I'm Owen, and this has been Let's Go Sportsball. And Ron, I think we both know what to yell. Let's go, Sportsball!